Aloha everybody. Here is an update on the Hoth Ice Battle Diorama. I couldn't find any of the figures that I was really trying to find online except for Cassian Andor. And so I threw him into the Hoth battle. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to use him. What's great about this figure is that the hat comes off, and I'm not going to mess with it right now, but the hat comes off and you can change the head out for any other figure that has the same size head peg, and any other head will do, and now you've got a completely different figure. But I liked Cassian, and I love throwing him into this diorama just because he's almost like perfect scale. If you remember, they're when they're in the trenches, as it were, these weren't like 20-foot tall walls. These guys weren't scaling on ladders. They were basically just peeking up over 4 and 5 foot walls, but where the guns were, they were a little bit better and more protected. So that's what I tried to do. One of the things I did with this one, oops, don't knock over your drink, is I put a little weapons holder. You could put different things to hang on there, and then I made it so you've got enough standing room to put, I would say comfortably, at least 3 to 4 figures on this easily. You could probably stand a few more out here. This one's fun, and what I did was I put a little bit of that like chargeable glow paint in here, and then I sort of painted some lines so when this is sitting in the dark it will kind of glow, and some fun patterns on the front. The one thing I do love about this too, if you look at the way the blue and the light reflects off it, it's a little bit shimmery on the inside. It's cool. It's really this was one of my funner pieces, and this is one of the examples of using sand to look like snow. I used heavier bit sand, and I just glued it in layers and hit it with different whites and grays and blues, and that just really, it helps layer it and make it look like sort of that slushy snow and ice. And I dug this one. I dig it. It's on my eBay page, and it will come with the Cassian figure, and it will come with the gun. The box was a destroyed open box, obviously, one of the reasons that this is an open box figure. But you can use this for a great army build, especially if you're already doing a Hoth battle scene. This is what it's been sitting on my shelf doing. But this is just like, as always, it's one of my sort of one-off scene shots. And yeah, I don't know if you can see it. I like the way that the figure sits in here, and I've had a couple other figures in here as well that are the same size. 8-inch figures will obviously be really tall, but there are certain figures you could pose with this if you're not trying to use it as a Star Wars diorama. There's a lot of other ways that you could pose taller figures. And these walls, I mean, it's styrofoam, but it's been decoed and all kinds of stuff, so it's a little bit more solid. So you could actually stand a figure on this, and it's not going to smush up or ruin too bad. The little matting that I use here is great. This helps keep the figure standing in place. And you can always use, what I use is these little glue dots or the tape dots that allow you to pose the figure, but you can move them and take those off the feet if you need to, or in a lot of cases they'll stay stuck there. Your figure moves and you can put somebody else in place. Anyway, all right, I love you guys. I hope everybody's staying healthy and staying happy for these holidays. Aloha from the desert.